So if you're struggling, perhaps feel like you're plateauing from a revenue perspective and have been doing for months or even years, the reality is you're probably up against what I call a glass ceiling. And there are a series of those as an agency business as you go. So the first one is around 1 million in net revenue. The second is around 3, the third is around 8 to 10 and so on. It doesn't matter where you're at, the realities are that different things unlock those different stages, but the kind of the generic learning there is that what got you here won't get you to there. And the problem is usually in three areas: technology, people and process. The people and process bit are easier to fix, but the technology and the process bit are easy to fix, but they can only be fixed if you do the people bit first. And that's hard because often you'll find as a founder, and I've been there, right, where you lose sleep at night over thinking, well, if X person or Y person left tomorrow, we would be in real trouble. So they become a really important part of the business. They're often over promoted because you want to keep hold of them. But actually, in the end, they can often become the barrier and the blocker. And that creates obviously a really big challenge, doesn't it, for the founder? Because you have to think about, well, how do we fix this without upsetting them? And the reality is that what got you to here won't get you to there is a truth. And you often have to make some really difficult decisions and have some really honest conversations with that people to say, look, the business is growing, but we need you to stay into your zone of genius and do this over here, whereas perhaps we start to bring in one of our 3-4 generals along the top. So we might need a better chief operating officer or a better strategy person or a better client person or a better finance person, etc., etc. So you always have to be thinking about leveling up at every level, actually, but particularly in that kind of like C-suite of people. So the level and the experience and the quality of the people in those seats as you go along. And that is a process that won't just happen once. It'll happen 2, 3, 4 times, depending on how big you get. So you need to be brave with those things. And if you are at a glass ceiling, have a look closely at am I relying still on people that were really good at that stage, but perhaps don't have the experience for next? Because I think that'll help you unlock it.